Violent Joe.
Well, hello again, everybody. It's Friday. You guys know what Friday is yet? Do you remember? You're brand new? What's the deal? Friday's grappling day. So, we're gonna go with Jake Shields. He's one of the baddest men on the planet, of course. Maybe he'll learn some chokes, some submissions, some takedowns, some slams. Who knows what it's gonna be, right? So, oh, by the way, remember this. Our show is pretty interactive. We're getting a lot of good responses. Check out the webpage. You can read the blogs. You can do a bunch of stuff. There's some surprises up there. I can tell you what they are, but I'm gonna let you find out for yourself. See you there.
Grappling.
How's it going, everybody? This is Josh Hayes here at the Gracie Sports Academy, and we're here with Jake Shields, my main man, my former trainer, who taught me a lot of cool stuff, and that's why we brought him in on this project, so that he could teach our Joe some cool stuff. So we've talked about some really interesting stuff so far. We talked about grappling takedowns and submissions from standing up and from being on your feet. And today we're going to show you, Jake's going to show us a submission hold that you can do from several positions. Right, Jake?
Yeah, that's right.
So, so with submissions, it's not just in one spot. You can get it. You can do it from the ground. You can do it from standing. You can do it from different positions on the ground.
Yeah, lots of submissions. Once you learn them, you hit them from all kinds of positions, especially the more advanced you get.
Okay.
So we're going to show you the Kimura one today, which is one of the ones that are most, you can switch over from all kinds of positions.
And so,
top, bottom, moving the guys behind you.
So Kimura, is that Japanese?
Yeah, it's Japanese Kimura lock they call it. It has some other names too. Some people call it the Americano or hammerlock and stuff in the U.S., but most people call it the Kimura. Okay. Because it originated over in Japan.
So we're learning something new already. We know a Japanese word. It's Kimura. Yes. Okay, so let's do it. Where would you like to be?
I guess we'll start out. I guess I'll show it from side mount to begin with.
Okay.
So it doesn't really matter where we start. Okay, from side mount, here's a really good spot to hit it. The Kimura lock from here, I'm going to control his arm here. When I do from here, I'm going to come under his arm. See how I shoot this arm under? Now I let go, come through, grab his wrist, push down, grab my own wrist. Now from here, I've almost got it complete. I just bring his arm out. Now I bring it in. I like it nice and tight because he has no strength here. Now all I do is I step over his head. Here, I roll it up. Now from here, I could break his arm or elbow. So you crank out until he taps. Again, that's the Kimura lock. So this is a move, like I said, you can use it from lots of different positions.
Seems like you had pretty good balance there too.
Yeah, that's why I'm stepping. It's really important that I step over your head and stay nice and tight right here.
Because then I can't hit out.
Yeah, I don't want a lot of space here, so now you can escape it. Yeah, exactly. So every time I'm here, see how nice and tight? Because sometimes you'll shove your arm across and I can just pull it here and finish it.
Okay, so, and that's from side mount. Now can you do a Kimura in other positions?
Yeah, I'll show it. I'll show you a couple positions. I can do this from the guard, which we were showing earlier. Okay. From the guard, that's all I do. So I grab your wrist, I grab your wrist first here, and now I just sit up. So I sit all the way up, come through, I come over your arm again, everything's the same, I grab my own wrist. Now from here to finish it in guard, is all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit back. When I do this, I like to use my own body weight. I don't wanna sit back and then try to muscle with my arms, because my arms aren't that strong. So instead I use my body weight. I sit back, and see how I turn sideways a little bit?
And you're putting me in the right position already.
Exactly. I start cranking the arm. I take a kind of a 45-degree angle here towards your shoulder. That's where you're the weakest.
So now
it's finished.
And the 45-degree angle, I assume that's better than if you
if I come straight over, see, sometimes you can fight out of this. Yeah, exactly. You just escaped it. And if I take it too far into your back, it's not good either. So I crank it out right there towards your head. That's where you're the very weakest in your shoulder.
And it looks like one of the most important things that you're doing there is you're trapping that wrist.
Yeah, I keep a really solid control of your arm.
So that, okay.
So here, over, then my own wrist.
Which makes sense because if you didn't have a good grip on my wrist,
yeah,
then
you
pull
can
out,
escape it, exactly.
and you wouldn't have the Kimura.
So I really have a solid grip on your wrist.
Okay. That's wonderful. And is there a third position that it can
Yeah, there is. I'll show you this one. This is a really good position for it. I'm going to show you when the guy's behind you. Okay. This way on your feet or on the ground.
So if you've got your back.
Yeah, like if you put my back over here. See, this is a really bad position for me when you got timing. So remember the choke we were showing earlier. So what I want to do, as soon as the guy's in my back, as soon as he locks here, again, I'm grabbing his wrist. It's all about controlling the wrist. And I'm coming through his arm again and grab my own wrist. Now I can defend myself here. Now he can't choke me. Now that's all I'm going to do from here. See, look at the point. See, as he does choke me, I start cranking his arm. Here, as I do that, I'm going to sit and throw him. Right here. He followed through that time and kind of escaped the lock. But generally, I follow him through here. Exactly. And even though he escaped the lock, I still ended up better position than him behind me.
And I also escaped it because I know a little jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, exactly.
It was insane, but the average guy is going to a little bit
The average guy's not going to follow through with it.
And get his arm broken. Do you want to show that one more time? I'm sure it looks really cool.
Yeah, so here, see, look, I grab his wrist again, come through, grab my own wrist. Now, I pop it out, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit on my ass, and this leg is going to kick him through. So here. Now I can finish him right here.
Awesome. So then that's really interesting because it's kind of fluid. It's like you have several different, you can use this move from all kinds of positions.
That's how a lot of the moves in Jiu-Jitsu go. Like once you learn them, you can use them in different positions. Arm bars, triangles.
So and that's why if somebody's on the ground, if you're a ground guy and you're on the ground with them, there's so many things to worry about.
Yeah, it's so complex, much more complex than boxing or kickboxing. There's so many different attacks from different positions. So it takes a long time to learn it.
It's less about timing half the time, and it's more about there's just like just tons and tons of knowledge to disseminate.
Well, it's really
the more
both.
you know.
I mean, the timing's important too. It's really both. Boxing is almost all about timing. This is about all the technique and the timing.
And mixing it all together. And it seems to have application. I mean, it has application everywhere. Boxing, you might not just box in a street fight. Someone might grab you and knock you down. But this way, you can be grabbing someone, you can knock them down, you can take them down, and control them, even if you didn't want to fight it. So you could probably put them there and hold them there.
Yeah, well, you can just choke someone out and end the fight, and they wouldn't have to punch the guy. So if someone, if you don't want to hurt someone and they want to fight you, you can just choke them unconscious and not have to end the fight. You don't even have to fight them, basically.
Okay, awesome. Well, thanks a lot, Jake. We appreciate it. Those are some really cool moves. Josh, Jake, Gracie Sports Academy. We'll see you next time, baby.
Week 5 grappling focused on the takedown. Now, we tried to incorporate the two-leg takedown that Jake showed us, but I could never really quite get it. It was always awkward for me. I don't know if it's because I'm so tall or whatever the situation is, but I could never get it right. So instead, we focused on a different method, which basically involves grabbing the opponent around the neck and arm and then throwing your body behind you so that it pulls them down with you. And this one worked much better for me because I was able to use my body weight to my advantage. This form's a little sloppy here, and Josh is a little tough to take down, but you kind of get the idea. One hand on the neck, one hand on the arm, and I'm throwing those legs behind me. The key is also I was doing something a little wrong, was not using that other arm to torque him off balance. Now, there is a single leg takedown as well, and I'm a little sloppy here, but he goes down. That's all that matters. And I like the takedowns because I use my body weight.